Very good evening and welcome to Destination Uri TV coverage of Down G.A.A news and results as the 2020 season finally gets underway. My name is Jarlath and my co-host this evening is Paul Rooney. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Jarlath. Glad to be with you this evening. We hope to keep everybody updated on all the scores around the venues this evening. With this new COVID lockdown thing, where obviously nobody's allowed to go to the ground, but we're hoping to keep everybody updated, Jarlath, and I'll let you take it on.
Paul, of course, this is going to be the first of what we hope will be many programmes throughout the rest of the season. So we do, of course, aim to bring the programme to the people on a weekly basis during what is undoubtedly a much curtailed season. However, 3 months late is better than no 2020 season at all. And we sincerely hope that you stay with us over the coming months as we aim to bring you the most up-to-date information across all 4 divisions in Down County football with live pitch-side updates from selected venues. So, Paul, the fixtures tonight, of course, is round 1. I've already touched on it there. We're running 3 months behind. So you just want to give us a run-through of what's happening there with Division 1, just to let people know?
Our Division 1 fixtures tonight, Charles, is, and I'll say before we go ahead, I like the idea of this Down, this league sort of short format to get the boys back into action again, the group thing, and it's like a mini championship, and it gets them back up to speed again fairly quick, I think, Charles. But tonight we have, from the senior section, we have, suppose you call the big game Clonduff v Kilcoo. We have St. Peter's v Bryansford, that's CPN.
Yeah.
Ballyhone v Carryduff, and we have Loughanean v Bourne. And there's a bye game tonight which will involve Rejigged and Mayo Bridge, Jarlath. That's the way this thing works. You see, this team going to get a bye every week, and the county board have decided that the 2 teams getting the bye will play an official challenge to keep them up to speed as well. And I think it's a very good idea, Jarlath, and I'm buzzing looking forward to it.
Well, I know, Paul, that certainly the thinking behind that was that every team, where possible, was going to get a minimum of 3 games pre the championship. So again, I must take my hat off to Sean Ogue and Michael O'Rourke, and indeed Jack and the rest of the county committee there, who were able to put this in place. So you've called out Division 1 there. Of course, you had mentioned also that Rejigged are playing Mayo Bridge in what is nearly, you would call it, an official challenge game. They're not actually playing for any points, but no doubt the 2 teams will be going at it hammer and tong in preparation for the weeks ahead. So I'll just go ahead, Paul, and call out Division 2 if you're okay with that. So tonight we have Glen are at home to St. Patrick's Saul, Longstone are at home to Castlewellan, St. John's are at home to Annaclone, and Breda are at home to Downpatrick. And yet again, the bye game, where they're not playing for any points, is the 2 teams that have a bye from the Division 2 groups, and that would be Dara Cross, who are playing Anricht.
Yeah, that's your Division 2, Jarlath. And just before I go into Division 3, there's RGU and Breda started at 7 o'clock, and there's been RGU started off brilliantly. It's a very wet night, very slippery on the foot down there. RGU started off with 2 points basically in the first couple of attacks of the game, and Breda have grinded back into it, Jarlath. They have scored 1-3 without reply. So at the minute coming up to half time, and it's down in Breda, the match is. Breda are leading 1-3 to 2 points.
Oh,
so we'll keep you updated. That's the only game that's running at the minute. So now Division 3 fixtures for the night will be Chalmers is playing Clanabana, Saville v Tullalish. Addy Call and Bosco's cancelled because there was Addy Call's under lockdown for a few days or something, Jarlath. But there will be Jarlath v Leitrim and Taconic v Yagsna Finn.
Yep.
Some tasty fixtures in there too.
There's no doubt about it. We just get the Division 4 out of the way then. So tonight, Ahadurg are playing Mitchells, Dundrum are playing Kilife, Drummondess are playing Dromara, St. Michael's are playing, now wait for it, East Belfast. Isn't that absolutely a brilliant story that a Gaelic team has risen like the phoenix out of the Newton Ards Road area of East Belfast. St. Paul's are playing our Glass Drummond are playing Bright.
Just on that note, Jarlath, on East Belfast, it's brilliant to see them in, surely. And I would be welcoming them from a man from the oldest club in Down, which will be getting plenty of response to that, as you know. Welcomes East Belfast, the youngest club in Down.
Yeah. No,
it's very, very, very exciting. In the Downpatrick game, Jarlath, sorry to come over you, but it's 1-4 to Breda now, and the Patrick have added the points, so it's lively enough there in the first half.
That's good. That's good to hear it. Of course, Paul, the first game in any season is always it's always a big event for the club that are the home team. And I mean, like people coming out after a long winter. We've had a wee bit longer to wait this year. What's your views on this whole thing about? We all know the reasons why there's no spectators in, but how do you actually think that will affect what happens on the field, if at all?
Yeah, well, I think it'll affect what happens on the field, surely. Like, you imagine me there for toxic Jarlath. Like, if my young fellow was playing there, I've been to every match he's played in from he's a child. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be a major difference for me. For maybe him playing the night, me not being there. From that point of view, there's loads of people like me within the county, and in the same boat.
Yeah.
Another wee thing, a mess of us. We forgot to mention too, Jarlath, at the start. There's a few new rules, and they're applying the night. As you know, the sin bin, the black card has been done away with. It's now a sin bin, 10 minutes in the sin bin.
Yeah.
And the keeper there's no back pass to the keeper anymore. And the other one is the inside mark, which I'll explain that if I can, Jarlath. If somebody kicks the ball from outside the 45 and it's got by a forward or a defender, either one can call a mark, and they have 15 seconds now to play from the mark. So that's just a new sort of a rule in the night. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, if ever there was a silver lining, it's maybe not a bad idea then that there's nobody in the bank to see all these mistakes being made. So you get them wee creases ironed out over the first couple of weeks. And listen, it's like everything else. These rules from time to time are updated, and some people would suggest tinkered with. But the people that do make the changes, they have the best interests of the players and spectators.
There you are, Jarlath. Just sorry to cut in again there. History's just been made. East Belfast scored their first point.
There you are.
There you are, right? That's incredible. And it's absolutely brilliant as well at the same time.
There's no doubt about that, Paul. No doubt about that. So, Paul, we were talking about the effect that COVID may have. It's been a strange year, hasn't it, for everybody?
It's been a very strange year, and we're all getting excited and looking forward to the new season. And like, I remember I was talking to Aidan, a good friend of mine, Aidan, we were discussing about going to the Down match on the Thursday, and then the next thing, the Friday, it was all over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It went over. It closed down very fast, Jarlath. We weren't ready for it. You know what I mean? And I don't know, many weeks later we are now, and it's still iffy yet, isn't it? It's still a wee bit iffy yet on it.
Well, listen, we're 14, 15 weeks into this thing now, and I mean, like, I have to say, I know with all aspects of this COVID-19 thing, people have to get the balance right, including the playing of any sports, and the one we all love so dearly, the Gaelic games in this instance. But health and well-being of both players and coaches and spectators always has to be paramount. And I have to tell you, I do still have reservations about and worries about what's coming down the track. I just heard on the news there this evening that there's 10 clubs in Derry have actually postponed all their activity because of localized instances of COVID-19. Now, there has been no positive cases within the clubs, but it's in the general area. And we all know there's also been a couple of clusters there in our own county. So it's certainly not something we can become complacent about over the coming months, Paul, and everybody has to stay alert.
The strange thing for me about it, Jarlath, is that the different rule for, for up here and down south, with different rules. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we have. I think we might have Colin Quinn maybe coming in, maybe from the Brady game, but there's a few score updates coming here, Jarlath. I see.
Go ahead there, Colin. Paul, you've got Colin.
Yes, Colin. How are you?
Hi, Paul. Colin Quinn here from Dunpatrick. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going well down there. Score.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're getting beat 1-3 to 3 at the minute.
1-3 to 3. And what are you? Any sin bins or any new rule applications yet? Or?
No, I think just there's one referee error on the mark. He calls himself very quickly, but no, it's very greasy and very slippy. We're on Brady's new pitch.
And what you're up to half time? Are you calling or what for you on?
It's just half time now. And so Brady are 3 up, but it's well deserved. So there's a better team in the first half.
Yeah, you started off very bravely, you did.
But then we went 2-0 up, but then they had 5 unanswered scores, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, Collie.
Go ahead.
Hey, Collie, it's Jarlath here.
Yes, Jarlath, how you doing?
Not too bad. Good to hear from you. Listen, of course, the home team always seems to, particularly at the first game of the year, the home team nearly has a built-in advantage. So you're up again at there tonight, for the sounds of it.
We are up against it. Both teams are under strength, but that's, I'd say equals for both teams. I'd say this is Peter's first match on the new pitch. It's a lovely little pitch, but it's very, very greasy, just with there's rain in the last hour before the match, and it's dried up now.
Yes.
So hopefully from an RGE point of view, we'll get a bit of a comeback in the second half.
Absolutely, and of course from a club perspective, it's a great honour for you to be the club that Brady entertain on the first official game.
Oh, absolutely, it is. It is, and we look at our own new pitch next week then, so on our home match to St John's.
Good stuff.
We've done a lot of work on our own pitch as well, but no, it's just good to get back, Jarlath, to be honest with you. Get the football. We're just about to go now again in the second half.
Very good.
The teams are coming out.
Very good. Good to hear from you, Collie.
So, Colin, just give us the finals. Just give us the score at the minute, Colin, please.
Well, it's 1-3 to 3 at the minute to Breda. I thought it was 1-4, but the scoreboard seems to have changed. But it's according to the scoreboard, is 1-3 to 3.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Colin.
Collie.
Okay. Cheers, bye.
Yeah. That's us back again, is it, Jarlath? Yeah.
Yeah, it is, Paul.
Yeah. Listen. Well, a few scores coming in there. Just I'll give you a quick rundown. Dundrum's leading Killeaf 1-0. Longstone's beating Castlewell 2-0 at the minute.
Okay.
Salwell have stormed into a 1-1 to 0-point lead over Tullalish. Loughnines 1 up and Bourne. Clonduff have a goal. First score this evening against Kilcoo in the first few minutes. And as far as I can see, that's all we have at the minute, Jarlath. Well, that's all we have at the minute here now. What do we see? Warren Point have taken the lead. Oh, Bransford have drawn. So it's level in Warren Point.
Okay. Well, there's plenty happening there, Paul.
And Restraver, believe it or not, your own club, Restraver, have taken the lead against Mayo Bridge with Connor Doyle Point.
Very good.
Newry Shamrocks 2, Clonabon 0, 5 minutes into that one. Castlewell have grabbed the point back against Longstone. That's 2-1 now, Jarlath. So we're getting round them rightly, and hopefully the scores keep coming in. It was nice to hear from Colin and Downpatrick there.
There's no doubt about it. And Paul, the thing is there, like there we are sitting here now at the vast majority of them games are less than 10 minutes old, and you're getting live feeds and live updates there from nearly every ground. On your screen. So I mean the technology now is absolutely incredible, and that we touch about being able to go till pitch side to get live updates. I think that is something that people will certainly welcome as well in the weeks ahead. I know we have a few more lined up. We'll keep them under wraps just at the minute in case something goes awry within the next hour.
Just unbelievable there too. Just as you say, we're getting information as it comes. And tomorrow, Dundrum were winning a point to nil. Khalif bounced back. They've scored 1-1. The new lead 4-1, and it's only 6 minutes into the first half.
There you go. Very good.
There
Very good. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right, Paul. You were saying we were saying earlier about the different regulations north and south.
Yes,
it doesn't help lessen the confusion for people. I mean, certainly the restrictions on the numbers outdoor that can gather outdoors. It's shockingly low. It's shockingly low when you see what's going on elsewhere. And a worrying aspect is the fact that the stage 4 easing of the lockdown was pretty much postponed in the Republic earlier in the week and pushed back for now 3 weeks. So you do wonder what the powers that be actually are aware of that we're not at this stage. Do you know?
Yeah, I'm just following scores here, Charles, and you can chat away. It's Bright or drawn with Last Thrummond 10 minutes in, and believe it or not, East Belfast must have found a few footballers as well. They're 4-0 up.
Brilliant.
They're 4-0 up to Michael, so they are. So as well as finding the club, they found footballers as well. Charles, by the looks of it here.
Oh, that's fantastic. That really
and Mayo Bridge pulled back level with Strava there on 9 minutes. So it's one each in the Strava.
Good stuff.
Longstone, goal for Conor Poland. 1-2 to 2 points. Castlewellan.
Very good.
Khalif have added to their score. They're now leading 5-1.
They're coming there thick and fast.
Warren Point Brands for 2 each.
Good.
So and Loughlin Island, they're winning 3-1, and they're as you know they're playing Bourne, which would be a strange enough result too. With St Paul's there and Ardglass, St Paul's is leading 2-0 at the minute.
Okay.
Sean Tucker point 5 minutes in there, just scored this second as we speak. August and Finn are leading in Taconic. It's great to hear these lower divisions, Jarlath, getting their scores in, isn't it?
You see, there's no doubt about it, Paul. But the thing is this here, I referenced it there to Collie. At the start of the season, I mean, like they're nearly coming out through the changing room door like fresh, like lambs getting out onto the grass for the first time. You know what I mean? And it's I mean, like it's listen, it goes without saying, it's a year none of us will forget. The season is going to be a shorter season, but I am just delighted that we have any season at all to refer to. So all them games seem to be up and running, and I think Cal is able to give us an update from the. He's going to put us through to Fiona, who's going to give us an update from Glen and Sol.
Go ahead, Fiona.
Hello, Jarlath. How are you?
Hey, Fiona. How's things out in Glen this evening?
Not too bad. At the minute it's 3-8. There's about 10 minutes gone in the match, and it's 3-8. So fairly even match at the minute now. So there is.
That's good. So, Fiona, a few months ago, you didn't think this evening was going to come. None of us did, but tell me,
I know.
There's no supporters in, so you're at the ground there as obviously as a high-ranking club official. What is that making much difference, Fiona? The fact that there's no supporters, what is that doing to the atmosphere of the game? Can you give us a feel for that?
Yeah, well, I feel so disappointed for our spectators, because I know, especially whenever you're playing at home, they love to come out to support the team and not getting that opportunity tonight. It is very surreal. Even if somebody scores a point, you automatically go to clap, and you're about the only person is clapping. So it's it's kind of eerie kind of feeling, about it. But I know the boys are just delighted to be back on the field and get competitive sport back into competitive sport again. After such a long break and not being able to get out on the field. So so they're looking good. I think a lot of them, as I say, it's we're lucky this year. We have quite a good squad and numbers, and so it's a big fight for the places on the team. So but we're holding on at the minute. It's 3-8 at the minute now. So it's, as I said, fairly evenly balanced at the minute now. So can only hope for we go.
That's brilliant.
All right, Fiona. Paul here. Can you hear me?
Hello, Paul. How are you?
How are you?
Yes, I can.
Just a wee update, Fiona. You can maybe let the viewers know, who's your management team this year? Who have you in management this year out in Glen?
We have Tony Baggins in again, and with Brendan Grant and Marty McAvoy and Stevie O'Hare in our background team.
You have a good squad, right? There's a Mayo Bridge man in there. 3-3 at the minute. 3-3. What's the weather, Fiona? Is it dry, wet? What is it?
No, it was quite nice here all evening, and then just before the match, the rain started. Now, in fairness, there doesn't seem to be too much slip in the pitches. I'm sure, as everywhere else, are in a fantastic condition, and what sort of thing, as I say, although there was rain on and off there isn't doesn't seem to be too much slippage at the minute. There is a wind blowing down the field, but what seems to be it's not too strong, at the minute. But it's not a bad thing considering all the good weather we had, and of course we go to play our first match and there's rain, But
thanks very much, Fiona. Thanks very much for your update. No, we'll give you a wee shout maybe later on to see how you're getting on. Thank you very much. All right, Jarlath.
Right, Paul. Any updates? Any more scores?
Loads of updates. That goal for Clonduff was scored by Barry O'Hagan. August Defend have taken a 1-point lead against Taconic. Bryansford's beaten Warren Point 3-2. Well, CPN.
Yeah.
Fergal. Yuri Sharmucks is winning 3-0 against Clonabana. 9 minutes into the first half. Longstone and Castlewellan seems to be a bit of a ding-dong. It's 1-4 each at the minute. So that game's flying. Ballyholden 1-1 to a point up. St. Paul's are 4-0 up against Ardglass. There's the Sharmucks just after getting a goal there to go 1-3 to no score against Clonabana.
Oh.
Mayo Bridge are leading Restraver 2-0. Or sorry, 2-1. 2-1, Jarlath. 2-1.
Okay.
And the Harps is 1-1 to 1 over Carryduff. Hold on, there's now a couple just coming here now. Yes, Dundrum have struck back. That seems to be a great game over there in Dundrum tonight. Dundrum's now 1-2 and Killeith is 1-3. So absolutely flying there. I just see one coming in here from Tullalish. Yeah, it's 1-2 to Saville, 3 points to Tullalish. And I've one here maybe from Drumgath. 14 minutes in, Drumgath leading. No, Drumgath 2 points, Leitrim 1-2.
Okay.
So,
and just that's of course is a Division 3 game, and I mean, like Addy Call, of course, were meant to play Bosco tonight.
Right.
The COVID intervened there in that game, Paul. But I was delighted to hear this evening that Addy Call club per se have now got all clear, and they'll be returning to training on Monday, and would be fully expected to take the field next week against Leitrim. So, and of course, our best wishes to all the Gaels down there in Addy Call. It's a worrying time for them all, no doubt.
Yeah, and then Restraver now going level again. James Wright's long range point. Kilcoo have got one back. Jerome Johnson free. Bright 2, Glasdrummond 1. Longstone Castlewellan is a boomer of a games. 2-4 now to the Stone. Another goal. That's 2 goals for Conor Poland up in Longstone.
Yeah,
he's flying.
Absolutely flying.
August na Finn 2-0 over to Connacht. And RGU, the penalty in RGU, will update you on that in a minute. So well, Mayo Bridge 2, Restraver 3 have taken the lead there. And that's basically, from the minute, that's all I have, Jarlath, at the minute now.
All right, Paul. Well,
what
we can do now is, if your Cahill has Donny Baxenden on the line.
Has he?
Want to get a yarn with Donny about what's happening down at Shamrocks?
Absolutely brilliant. Hello, Donny.
Oh, give him a second there, Paul. He puts it up. And,
go ahead, Donny.
Right, where you go?
Hello, 15 minutes in the game. Hello, Paul. How are you? Paul, we're 15 minutes in the game here in Portgast. Nearly Shamrocks are winning 1-3 for 1 point. The noise you can hear, don't be afraid. The storm certainly isn't full. It's the 2 sets of subs that are making all the noise here, but very competitive game. And so 16 minutes into it, 1-3 for 1 point to Clonabana.
Who got your goal, Donny? Have you any idea?
No idea. I was between doing COVID officer and running in and out here, and that's the score as it is at the minute, Paul.
Thanks very much, Johnny. A lot of haze are all well down.
Temperatures are under control. No problem, Paul. Talk to you
Thanks,
later.
Johnny. Thanks very much. All the best.
Hey Paul, I have to laugh. Like, you know, fair play to Donny. You know, he's multitasking there. So the temperatures is all under control. So hopefully by next week we'll have the mobile telephone signal under control as well. Because
it's good.
I got about 10% of that. You know.
I know. It was a bit. He's probably standing in the big stand and doesn't know Jarlath. You know, with a big echo behind him.
Of course.
But he's trying to cover up for the wee bit of noise, and I see. Trevor going 4-2 up. Argyll McNaughton with a point. We're at the water break there. In Division 4, St. Paul's 4, Ardglass are coming back in there with it. They're at 3 points now. So they are. And Augustin Finn still 2-0. 12 minutes gone in the first half. Yeah, we know we're only off to get an update from Donny. So that's it from all around at the minute now. And penalty to St. Michael's over in East Belfast. I wonder how that'll go. We'll keep you updated on that as well. Yuri Mitchell's. We have Yuri Mitchell's 3, Achaderg 1 at the minute. Yeah. So they have. So that goal has just been scored by St. Michael's, right? Yeah. That brings them to a goal against East Belfast 5 points. So it's 5-3 to East Belfast. Still going well there in East Belfast.
Brings them back in, yeah.
It brings them back into it. Do you know what I mean?
Paul, I wanted to get your thoughts on, you know, obviously with circumstances have dictated that the season had to be rejigged there in relation to the leagues. Your thoughts on what Michael and Sean Oak come up with the two groups and then head-to-head final.
As I said to you, Jarlath, at the start, I think it was an absolutely brilliant idea. And like, I was looking at different scenarios from different counties, Jarlath, you know, with the way they're going to tackle this, and I found none better than the way our boys went at it. And I think the competitive edge in that, it's only a league, you know. I know it's only a league and all that, but there'll be a competitive edge to that. And some two teams are going to get to a final in that, and there'll be a good couple of games towards the end of that. There'll be no dead matches in it, Jarlath, I don't think. I think it'll be a worthwhile, you know, right to the last match, everybody'll be in with a shout, you know, that sort of way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And like, under the circumstances, it was a brilliant scenario to come up. And I think we're nearly the first Ulster County moving forward with fixtures, Jarlath. Would we be, yeah?
Well, Paul, from what I can see, that certainly would be the case. And the thing is this, I mean, Sean Hogan and Michael O'Rourke there have obviously been working away at this here for weeks, if not months. Once we sort of got a steer of where this thing was going to go. And I mean, it's not an easy task, because I can tell you, when you come up with one scenario or one possible avenue of where to take the season, you'll always find two arguments, two counter arguments why you can't do these things. So I think the solution has been incredible, and the fact that everybody is going to be getting into championship fairly fresh. I still can't get my head around the idea of, I know our championships there, we're going to run them off over August and September, which would be the highlight or the peak point in our season, in a general season anyway. But later on in the year, and we'll maybe discuss it later on in the programme, I just can't get my head around this scenario, but the county team playing when it's dark outside at 5 o'clock. You know?
I know, it's going to be very strange. An All-Ireland final, looking for tickets on Christmas week. So it will be. There's a few more scores coming in there, Charles. I'll just keep the people.
Yep.
The Bay game in the Division 2 section is Dara Cross and Rake. We haven't mentioned them yet. Dara Cross is 5-3 up on that one, so they are.
Oh, okay.
Tullahalise are slipping back into that one in Salwell. It's now, Salwell got off to a heavy start, as we know. It's now 1-3 to 5 points. Tullahalise coming back in nicely. And Rostrevor are slipping away against Mayo Bridge as well. Sean Parr and that Aegon, what do you call him?
McMahon, Ardle.
Ardle again. So it's 5-2 to Rostrevor there at the minute, and they're going very well. Lough Island's leading Bourne 4-2 over in that game. It's quiet enough sort of a game. Wait, McGill with a fisted goal for Bourne. Bourne lead 1-2.
Oh,
there you are.
Is that young Danny? Is that
young
Danny?
That's Meehol's young fellas. Only after sticking one in to put them 1-2 to 4 points up.
Very good. Very good.
Clonabonner responded with a couple of points there. Liam Devlin's got them a couple. So it's 6-2 there to them at the minute.
Okay, very good.
15 minutes in the Drumgath. It's 6-3 to Leitrim in that one.
Yeah.
Conor Doyle free and was forever. You're 6-2 up. Absolutely flying. Clonduff going well and at home to Kilcoo. 1-4 to 2 points at the minute. There's Donal O'Hare added in a point for Bourne there at the minute. Okay. So all been well. Longstone are starting to slipping into the lead again there. They have added now a couple of points with Conor Poland's flying tonight. 2-6 to 1-4 there.
All right.
Bryansford leading Warren Point 4-3, Jarlath.
Very good.
Ballyhole 1-3 to 1. Was somebody online, Jarlath? Maybe,
yes, with Terry. We're going to go to Terry and Kilcoo.
That's right. You take him there, Jarlath. Go ahead.
Hey, Terry, hey, it's Jarlath here.
How you doing, Terry?
Paul.
You're down close. Yeah. Terry, hey, it's Jarlath here. How's everything going for you this evening?
We're slow enough start. Clonduff are on top at the moment. They're very sharp, moving the ball very well. But Kilcoo's playing against the breeze. Clonduff got off to a great start. Goal within the first few minutes from Barry O'Hagan. Then we got a point. Our goalie got up and scored a point. Niall Keane did, but we're slow enough. Clonduff are on top at the minute. They're playing a very fast-flowing game just after a water break. Just the Alec Yard going out on the young ladies here, the young Justin Clark and the Alec Yard. But it's a strong game, so it is. Yeah, good game of football. But Clonduff on top at the moment.
Great stuff, Terry. What was I going to say? Do you know sin bins or any of these new marks yet, or any of this?
No, Paul Greenan's back in the middle of the field. You see that he's doing that as well too.
Is he? What about your management team? Still the same management team as last year, Terry? Yes.
Same management team. Mickey's not here tonight, so he's not. But the same management team. Same management team as last year. Mickey's still the manager here.
So at the minute then it's 1-4 to what?
1-4 to 2 points. We're trying to maybe get another point here. We're just about to hit a 3 this minute. Our goalie's about to hit a 3 here to see can we take us back at it again.
We'll just hold on to see how that goes, Tara.
There he goes. Over the bar, yeah. Over the bar.
So that's 1-4 to 3.
14 points for that.
Terry, this is Jarlath coming back in again here. Listen, before we let you go there, we were speaking to Fiona over in Glen, right? Now, obviously, the first match in any season is a big event, particularly for the home team, Terry. No spectators in tonight. How is that affecting the atmosphere? Is it making a difference?
No, it's still the people driving me. There's very few spectators, and we just get on. It's not what nobody wants, but Ryan Johnson's in here. Oh, so another point because no, another point. No, it's a 50, 45. So.
45. Okay.
45.
So there's still the cutting edge. The lack of spectators hasn't really made much of an impact, Terry. It's fair to say.
No, you need the spectators, you do, but the game's still. But yeah, you need the spectators. Maybe be missing them. What can we do? We just have to get on with it at the moment.
Well, hopefully that'll change sooner rather than later.
Thanks very much, Terry. We'll give you a wee shout maybe towards the end of the game if that's all right with you.
No, it's 1-4 to 3 points here for Clonduff with the 10 minutes to go to half time. Good game of football. All right.
Thanks Terry. Thank you. Yeah, Charles, a few more wee score updates in there. Breda only after knocking in a penalty there. So the lead 2-3 to 5 points now against RGU. That much must be coming towards the last 15 or so.
Yeah.
Dundrum and Killeaf are 6 each still. 24 minutes played in the first half. Hawks and Finn are leading to Connacht 4-1. And that's after 20 minutes in the first half. So, as we heard from Terry there, Clonduff and Kilcoo, hard hitting. Good to see it.
Yeah.
And it's good to see them coming back at that type of pace that he's on about. You know what I mean? Braid are 5-2 up in Glasthrummond. Glasdrumman have 4 men sent off. Would you believe that, Jarlath? We're not going to get into that at this exact minute in time, but we'll try and follow up on that, whatever happened there. So it's 5-2 to 5-2 to Bright at the minute, and it's saying Glasdrumman have 4 men off. So hopefully we can follow up on that story and see what happened there.
Well, Paul, just in relation to that or any similar incidents in the weeks to come, I will have to declare an interest at every time, because I've been appointed to our county hearings committee for.
All right, you'll be getting a couple of clients tonight then, so you will, Jarlath. But anyhow, we'll nip back to Ostrava here, your own club. You're flying, you're 8-3 up. Piraeus Kane, what will you say of that, John?
That's Pierce.
He's a good lad. I remember he played with Jody and them at Down and that. He was a good lad. Huh? Adam Crimmins is just after getting one back for Mayo Bridge. So it's at the minute it's 8-40. Longstone and Castlewellan is 2-6 to 1-5 at the minute there. Yeah. And as Terry told us, Niall Kane's only after adding a 50 for Clonduff or for Kilcoo. And that brings them within a goal at Clonduff. So they're grinding back into it rightly, Jarlath.
Definitely. And I'll tell you, Paul, you've mentioned there Donny McGill in Bourne and Adam Crimmins in Mayo Bridge. Great to see them lads getting their chance at senior level. Great
to see it, is right. And like I mentioned, what do you call him, Pierce Kane there. I remember him playing Jarlath from his child, and it's great to see a lad, breaking on the senior team and scoring a few points for his club. He always had ability, but you love to see them bringing it on through to that stage. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
I've seen Yuri Shamrock's here now. It's Clanabon is coming back a wee bit. A point there from Michael Mallon. It's 1-4 to 3 points now to Shamrocks.
Fair enough.
Has he somebody else coming in there? I don't think he has. There's a couple more here. 8-5 to 8-6. Mayo Bridge is sliding back in there as well. Penalty to Bourne down there in Lough Island. So it looks like young McGill could be getting 2 goals tonight, Jarlath.
There you go. Well, listen, Paul, could I just ask you, because I actually haven't got sight of the Twitter feed here. I can't get it up. As we enter into the half time over the next 5 or 10 minutes, could we try and maybe just start and record what's going on there on paper, and we'll try and read out whatever half time scores we want.
I'll get them as they come along. I'll give everybody. I'm sure I'll be able to cover all the half times for everybody. You know what I mean? But if we need a bit of pen and paper, we'll get that. You know what I mean, George? That'll be not a problem.
That's no problem. No problem. Maybe I wonder. Maybe could even Cahill try and get somebody else on the phone before the half time. But anyway, no doubt he'll try.
I see he's walking away there in the background. At the minute, Anna, who don't know her, top corner, that's Pandy for Bourne, scored. So that leaves Bourne now flying and not much.
Well, they've turned that around there, haven't they?
They've turned that around. From 4-1, I think they're back to 2-3. I'm not sure. I'll get the final score in a minute. But Ballyhole, 30 minutes in, they're 1-4 up. Cherry Duff slipping back into that one as well.
Yeah.
And Warren Point is 4-8 for Warren Point and Branchford. New manager in Branchford, as we know, Stephen Poacher. Ably assisted by Martin Clark. So they have a big management set up in there, and they'll be expecting big things out of Branchford come championship, I would say, Jarlath.
That's a formidable management team. There's absolutely no doubt about that. That sounds like a very entertaining game, because the Point, as we know, Paul, have been at the top of the summit for a few years now, and I mean, like, we're run Kilcoo very close in championship last year. They very much are dealing with the same panel this year, so I'm expecting a big year from Warren Point. Now, I'll tell you what, let's go to Warren Point, because I believe Aisling is on the phone, and we'll just get an update what's happening down there.
Well, that's right. You take it.
Hello, Jarlath.
Hey, Aisling. Hey, Jarlath here. Listen, my information is it's 4 points each.
It's 5-4 and I had 1 point.
5, right? Okay. I was just
5-4 to the point. You interrupted between there.
Just as you were coming on the air, I was singing the praises of Warren Point, and I was saying they've been at the top table now for a few years, and we're expecting big things out of them this year. But how's things playing out there this evening?
Yeah, very wet and miserable night out here in Wigan tonight. But good to see football back. Quiet, very different. So it's 5-4. It's literally been point for point here. Very packed 45 at the minute. Very hard to pick the balls now. 1 point to drop, 3 short at this stage. So we'll probably should be a few ahead. But great defensive play from Bryansford at the minute as well. So just 1 point attack at the minute. And it's young Dorsey on the ball. So we're hoping for another score out of this.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. It's half time. Half time here.
Half time.
Before Paul comes in there, Aisling, tell me this: how's Bryansford's new manager getting on?
Great. Yeah, 1 pointer at one side of the pitch and Bryansford at the other. So we haven't heard anything yet. All very quiet here along the sidelines from 1 point.
Well, if you do hear that,
very quiet. One teacher at one side and another teacher at the other. How could it not be quiet?
Yeah, if you do hear that, I don't want to hear it on here, any Aisling. What was I going to say? Your own management team, Aisling. Who have you got in place this year?
We have our same management team as last year. Now McLean along with his background team. Same team, yeah. No changes here. Why is a good thing, Paul?
At half time, 5-4, Aisling. You're leading 5-4.
5-4, the Super Blues. Yeah, we hope it stays that way now.
What about weather-wise? Are we wet or dry, or what way are we?
We're laughing here. Very, very slippy out here, my God. Very slippy.
This is very, very slippy, yeah. Right, very good, very good.
I've got the waterproof on and everything here, Paul.
Right, that's great. We'll give you a wee shout towards the end of it, Aisling. All right, thanks very much for coming in.
All right, good man, thanks. All right, Paul.
All right. The Jarlath, just a few updates here before I let you in again. Bourne have gone 5 up there in Lough Island, so they have. And Bright is going to walk away with this one, be the sound of things. It's 1-7-3 now. That's the one that the 4 men were sent off in Jarlath. Yeah, you still got me, yeah. Yeah, I can't hear you now, Jarlath, at the minute. But anyhow, that there in Hilltown in Clonduff, Niall Kane seems to be fighting a one-man battle from the nets. He's only after scoring again to bring it back 7-5 to Clonduff. Right, you can go ahead now, Jarlath. I've lost sound.
Do you hear me, Paul?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now. Yes, go ahead. I lost you there for a wee minute. Go ahead.
Okay,
Jarlath.
listen. Them last couple of results there, are they actually coming in? Are they half-time results?
Not half-times yet, but just coming up to half-time. You heard them few updates there, yeah, with Niall Kane scoring for Kilcoo and there's a penalty again in RGU. I think it's for RGU this time. I'm trying to keep a wee update on that one.
There's Damien Beattie looking an update on East Belfast. Give him an update there.
Well, on East Belfast, we'll give you an update at half-time in East Belfast. It was one goal for East Belfast. One goal for St Michael's, 5 points for East Belfast, Jarlath. You can give D Beattie that back. I know D well. He does a wee bit of mechanicking for me from time to time, believe it or not.
Yeah. Do you know that's a wonderful story there. As you said like 20 minutes ago. They haven't only found a team, they've obviously found a few footballers as well.
They obviously have, Jonathan. It's great to see it. You know, it's great to see it. And like I'm looking here at we're expecting all the half time. It's half time there in Bright. That's 1-7 to 3 points, the lead Glasthrummel. Half time in Clonduff, it's 8 points, 1-5 to Clonduff, 5 for Kilcoo. So the Clonduff's leading by 3 there.
Kilcoo's still at the table. They're not too far off the pace there.
We're only after having half time from Iceland there. Anything else coming in? Nothing really much.
Warren Point was 5-4, wasn't it?
Warren Point was 5-4 at half time, yeah.
Okay.
So it was. Saul at half time lead Glen 1-5 to 5 points, believe that or not. Good going for Saul. Although they've unearthed a couple of good footballers down around Saul lately, Jarlath, too, haven't they?
No doubt about that. No doubt.
You know, like they have a couple of lads, I think, on the edge of the down team, haven't they?
Well, I mean, like they had some good lads hovering about there at minor and under 21, and of course you've a strong nucleus there of Eddie Harney and them, who are all over that underage setup down there, and it's starting to bear fruit. It's starting to bear fruit.
Half time at Father Lynch Park, Jarlath. Ballyhole need 1-4 to 6 points.
Right, 1 second, Paul, because I'll tell you what I have to do here now. I'm going to start and record this, and then I have to send that through to G.A.A, right? So just give me them scores, Paul, brave and slowly, please. So right. Ballyhole, sorry, go ahead.
Ballyhole 1-4, carried off 6 points.
Right, okay.
And you've got the elements there.
What was the Glen one again, sorry?
The Glen one was 1-5 to 5 points at half time.
To Glen?
Yes.
Okay, right. Anything from Lough Island and Bourne?
But well, all I have is that Lough Island are Bourne's 5 points up. We haven't mentioned Clones and John's there much tonight, and I'm just getting a report there that it's 1-5 to 5. Niall Fagan's out to stick in the goal for Clone there, just as we come up to half time. Half time in Longstone, Jarlath. Longstone 2-7, Castlewellan 1-4.
2-7 to 1-4.
Half time in Park Esler.
Yeah.
Uri Shamrocks 1-6, Clanabonna 5 points.
Okay.
And that's half time in Bourne, or in Lough Island. It's Bourne 2-6, Lough Island 6 points. So
6 to 2-6.
Bourne are 6 up on that one, so they are.
Okay. What was that? Just give me that Shamrocks one. 1-6 to 0-5.
1-6 to 0-5. Shamrocks is leading Clanabon at half time.
Okay.
So they are. And that's more or less leading. There's the East Belfast appearing now. I see them appearing on Twitter there as well.
What was the Clone one? Sorry, Paul.
Well, Clone's not a full time yet. It's 1-5 to 5 at the minute down Clone.
That's not half time yet?
Not half time yet, no.
Right. And Clone 1-5. Fagan
Clone, yes, only after scoring now, Fagan there.
Okay.
Downpatrick now have pulled it back to all square. So it's two. I'm not joking. It's 2-5 to Breda, 1-8 to Downpatrick. Damien Torrey scored the goal. So that's a fair out game going on there too. So
seems to be.
Well, they've been bad in whatever way it is, Jarlath. I tell you what, the football doesn't seem. There's plenty of scores going in here.
Well, tell me this: have you anything from Ahadurg, Dundrum, or Drummond? No
half times, but they'll be coming up me now shortly, Jarlath. I'll just keep you.
Fair enough.
Just keep you updated when they appear on my side here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Half time from Drumgath.
Yeah.
Drumgath 4 points. Leitrim 1-11. Leitrim's flying there. Leitrim probably strong for that division, wouldn't it, Jarlath?
There certainly would be. What did Drumgath?
I think we might have East Belfast on the phone here, Jarlath. Do you want to take them in there, maybe?
Oh, you take it. Go ahead.
You've got Richard from East Belfast.
Richard. All right, I'll take it, Paul. Hello. Hey, Richard, how? It's Jarlath Tinley here.
Hey there, John.
I'm not too bad. Listen, we're singing your praises here. And as Paul Rooney was saying 15 minutes ago, not only have you found a team, you have obviously found footballers as well. So, first of all, mighty congratulations that you have taken to the field. A very historic night for you. How's everything going?
Thank you very much. It's going okay so far. It's North 5 to 1-1 just at the moment. So we've got our noses in front, but lockdown fitness is really starting to show a wee bit. So we'll see how the second half progresses.
Good stuff. And what's it like weather-wise, Robert?
It's probably like everywhere else. It's wet and it's miserable, which is maybe a bit of a leveler for the teams here as well. So there's lots of sliding about, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Robert, great to hear from you, Robert, and very welcome to the Down League from. I'm Paul here. I'm from the oldest club in Down, Mayo Bridge. So
it's Richard. Richard.
From the oldest club to the youngest club. You're very welcome, and it's great to hear you're going well there as well. You could even get a few points in the belt tonight, by the sound of things.
Well, would not be. It'd be a great first night. Oh, almost a goal there. It would be a great first night if we did come away with a few points, but sort of a while to go yet. So. Sure, we'll see how it goes.
Well, that'll do. Thanks very much for coming in, and we'll give you a wee shout towards the end to see how it finished up. Is that okay with you?
Okay, no problem. Thanks
All
very
right,
much.
Richard. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Jarlath, there you are. East Belfast on the phone. Absolutely brilliant.
It's unbelievable. It really is. And my apologies to Richard for getting his name wrong there, Paul. But
half time in the Mayo Bridge Rostrava. It's 8-6 to Rostrava, Jarlath there.
Okay.
So they should have an few coming now at me in a minute or two. We'll see what way we're going here. No, nothing really much there yet, Jarlath. I'll keep you updated when they come. Half time. St. Paul's 11 points. Ardglass 3 points.
St. Paul's 11 points. Ardglass 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and half time. Glasdrumman 3 points. Bright 1-7.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Paul, if you're happy enough, I'll start to call out the half times that I have wrote down. Are you happy enough for that?
Well, the way, sure. I have another half time here now. If you just hold on, Mitchells are leading 5-6. Our Mitchells are getting beat 6-5 at Achaderg.
Achaderg, right? Okay.
Yeah, and I have the Taconic and the Finn here. If you want that one, Jarlath.
Oh, a wee bit too quick for me, Paul. Just hold on a second. So Achaderg is
6-5 up on the Mitchells.
6. Right, not 6, not 5. Right, who's the other one then?
Taconic, not 3.
Yeah.
Oxen Finn, not 5.
Not 3, not 5.
Saville, 1-6.
Yep.
Tullalish, 9 points. Level there.
Yeah, half time as well.
Yeah, with Donny back from the Shamrocks there, we'll maybe let him in again, will we, Jarlath?
You talk to Donny there and I'll get my paperwork sorted out here.
Go ahead. Well, Donny, you're in again.
All the 2 minutes into the second half, Shamrocks were winning 1-6 to North Bay, but Banbridge team were coming back that wee bit more with Shamrocks making some sort of ordinary basic mistakes. But tight enough game, as I said, Shamrocks just winning the ball in defence, working their way out. As I said, 3 minutes into it, 1-6 to North Bay, Shamrocks in possession, Paul.
Thank you very much, Donny. That's great to hear from you. We'll get a wee update from you before we close tonight. Thanks very much for your help, Donny.
All right, Paul. I'll run through.
Jarlath, a full time there if you want to have a full time there.
What's your full time one? That's the Downpatrick game.
That's the Downpatrick game, and I'll give you a guess how it ended up.
A draw.
Yeah, I believe you're right. You're right. Breed 2-6.
Yeah.
Downpatrick 1-9.
Well, Downpatrick, I'll tell you what, they pulled that one out of the fire.
Well, maybe we might be able to get Colin on the phone for a wee finish up on that one. You know, before we close out for the night.
That's a good idea. No doubt Cahill will try. Well, listen, I'll rattle through here what I have written down.
Just before you go, right?
Yep.
Goal for East Belfast.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
The lead 2-5 to 1-4. I definitely think they're going to get points tonight, Jarlath.
Brilliant. 2-5.
Right, you go ahead.
2-5 to 1-4.
2-5 to 1-4. Yes.
That's incredible. Right. So the majority of these games we're still at half time. Some may have just the second half may have restarted, but this is the latest update we have. Division 1 is Clonduff 1-5, Kilcoo 0-5, CPM Warren Point 0-5, Bransford 0-4, Ballyholland 1-4, Carryduff 0-6, Lough Island 0-6, Bourne 2-6. Rostrava in the challenge game 0-8, Mayo Bridge 0-6. Division 2, Glen 1-5, Saul 0-5, Longstone 2-7, Castlewellan 1-4, St John's 0-5, Annaclone 1-5, and the result from Belfast is Breda 2-6, Downpatrick 1-9.
Yes, I think we'll have Colin on the phone here.
Excellent.
Just for a wee final update from Breda. Hello, Colin, you there?
Okay, Paul.
Yeah, you're finished. Just ended up a draw.
End up a draw. Fortuitous enough, we actually were leading up at the last kick of the game. We came back from 5 or 6 down. to go 1-up with an injury time, but Brady scored, and probably Brady will maybe feel a bit aggrieved at not winning, but I think we'll be a bit aggrieved at see if the things are going to go as well. No decision wise. If Brady got 2 penalties there, we got penalties as well, I must say as well. But we're happy to come out with a point.
The penalty brought us back into it, didn't it? It was needed at the time by the sound of things, Colin. But you tell me they got 2 penalties, yeah?
Yeah, and James Denny saved one of them.
Very good, very good, very good, huh? So you're happy enough all round then, Colin?
We go again tomorrow night with reserves.
Yeah, you have a point in the bag now.
I must say thank you to John Quinn. Live streamed that for everybody at home anyway, so we did. So, and I believe it was a great coverage for everyone watching.
Yeah, thank you very much, Colin, for coming in and giving us a wee chat. Jarlath, maybe wants a word to be there before you go.
Yeah, Collie, just listen. That's obviously a brilliant second half comeback there. You should be delighted to get up and running.
Absolutely, yeah. A bit very rusty, for want of a better word.
You have a point on the board, and it was
exactly
an away game, not an easy place to go. I can tell you.
No, it's just a horrible night in the end. It was very, very greasy, but again, as you say, we got a point. We didn't get beat.
That's it.
We'll go again next week. Okay.
All right. See you later, Collie. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much, Colin. I don't know if you were on there, Jarlath, but
I was just about to start Division 3, Paul. So
go ahead.
Not too many minutes. So Tyconnet 0-3, Auckland na Finn 0-5, Shamrocks 1-6, Clonabana 0-5, and it was a draw out in Saville. Saville 1-6, Tullalish 0-9. Yeah. Drumgath versus Leitrim. I don't have it at the minute.
It was 111 to 5 points, Jarlath.
111 to 0-5. The 111 right there, not in the 0-5.
Yeah, 111 to 0-5.
Quickly on to Division 4, I had Ahadurg 0-6, Mitchell's 0-5 is the only one I had from there. And on the other side, we have St Michael's 1-4, East Belfast 2-5, St Paul's 0-3, Ardglass 0-11 points, and Glass Drummond 0-3, Bright 1-7. So that's all I have at the minute, Paul.
Yeah, well, I have a fully updated Division 3 here. We'll just run through it quickly, Jarlath. So the fully updated half-time, all the fixtures Division 3 is Taconic 3, Auckland Finn 5, Shamrocks 1-6, Clonabana 3, Saville 1-6, Tullalish 8, Drumgath 4, Leitrim 1-11. Now, you got all of them, didn't you, Jarlath?
With Tullalish and Saville 1-6 to 0-9, so maybe that game has already restarted. And I had Clonabana down for 5 points, where you called out 3. But anyway, listen, those are what you call the wee teething problems.
And at half time, I'll give you the full list of Division 4 now, Jarlath.
Go ahead.
It is Dundrum 1-4, Killeaf 2-4.
1-4, 2-4. Half time as well.
Yes, Drummondess 1-7, Dromara 5 points. Great to hear from there too.
Definitely.
St Michael's 1 goal. That was at half time. I know East Belfast away ahead now, but it was 1 goal to 5 points. St Paul's 11, Ardglass 3. Drummond 3 and Bright were 1-7, but Bright have moved on that one since, Jarlath. I see they're now, I think they're 110 to 5 up. Drummond still getting a couple of points with their 5 men or 4 men off. But it'll be interesting to hear what happened there. Longstone now lead 2-9 to 1-7. Lively game up there. Castlewelland responded with a point. And Clonduff at the minute, 5 minutes into the second half, it's 9-5. Clonduff are holding that slight advantage over Kilcoo at the minute. And fitness, as Terry said, they look very fit, so he did, Jarlath. It might stand to them in the end of it all. God knows what they've been doing among one another, in this lockdown.
That's true.
As I said, during the lockdown, we were watching balls going into bins every day of the week, Jarlath. Everybody, they were kicking them over the houses into the bins, or kicking them under the houses into the bins, or kicking them across. Now we're hoping to go over the black spot or under the black spot. Never mind the black bin. You know what I mean?
You see, you're open to the exposure now. There's no second chance now. You get your chance in front of the 2 uprights. You have to take them. There
was some great enterprising thoughts went on during the lockdown, but as we say, Charles, we all know it's hard to beat a bit of football. Full on contact, isn't it? It's hard it's hard to beat it. Like,
there's no doubt about it. I mean, like, we are spoiled in this country, and I know the nearly you would call it withdrawal symptoms that people are going through because they haven't been able to get to the football. I know that goes on in every single parish where people just live for it. And that's the length and breadth of the 32 counties, Paul. And it's actually something that I think we as an Irish nation can be very, very proud of, that we have that, we have our own sports and such a love for them.
We're about 8 minutes into the second half now, Jarlath around about. And Brian Johnson's grabbed one back there for Kilcoosh. There's only 2 in it there now, and Kilcoosh coming back into that one again. You know what I mean? And
very good.
They could be dangerous when they come back like that. You know what I mean? They're never beat, as we know. Dundrum is 1-4. Killeaf have 2-6 at the minute, and that's 8 minutes into the second half as well. East Belfast now. St Michael's must have got wind from somewhere too.
Yes.
Or else they hear us talking about them, because they've pulled that back level, but they've pulled that game back. It's now 2-5 East Belfast, 1-8 St Michael's. That's a draw in my book, isn't it, Jarlath?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, that's back level again, believe it or not. And well, I'm looking here at Kerry Duff. Kerry Duff's gone 4 up here. I don't know how that has happened in notes of us all, but they must have got a goal somewhere along the line. Owen McCabe seems to be doing a bit of scoring for them, because Ballyholme were leading right up to a few minutes ago. We're trying.
Ballyholme we're leading 7-6. So
there you are. So we're getting
5 unanswered points.
That's 5 unanswered points. There must have been a goal in there, Jarlath. I see Owen McCabe's name appearing here. We'll keep on that one. You know what I mean? It's just, but
yeah,
if they went 4 up in that space of time, there must have been a serious amount of scoring there of late.
Definitely, yeah.
Michael Mackin scored in Restreva there. It's 10-7 at the minute, 11 minutes into the second half there. So it is. Sounds
like another entertaining game, yeah.
Yeah, Lough Island's creeping back a wee bit. There's only 5 in it down there now. They're at home to Bourne.
Anything from Dara Cross on Rejigged?
Dara Cross on Rejigged. Yes, I had that, Jarlath. Give me a minute on that one.
That's all right. That's all right.
I had that one a minute ago. Yes, I had that one. Hold on, give me a second now. I'll rip it up for you now in a second.
Well, Paul,
I actually forgot about that. It is Dara Cross 6 and Rejigged 5 at half time. That was, and that's the bye match in Division 2 as we're talking.
That's correct. Listen, I'm just going through the fixtures list here in front of me. You know, fair play to you. You've every single game that's going on tonight covered. You've every game covered.
I'm trying my best. There you are, all County League Division 4. East Belfast, St Michael's drawn. East Belfast could be blown up or beat over. I think there's a 1 point, man. There you are. There's more news. A man we talked about earlier, Jarlath. Young McGill.
Yeah.
Only after sticking another one into the net there. So that's Bourne with 3 goals down there. 2 from Young McGill and a penalty from Donal O'Hare. They're going well.
You see,
so they're going well.
No substitute for class, boy.
You know young. That's Mickey's fella.
That's Mihall's lad. Yeah.
Brilliant. There's another goal for Anna Clone. It's not saying who. Bourne's flying here. There's another goal for Bourne there. There must be 4 now.
Oh, stop.
So it's all happening at the minute, Jarlath. So it is. It's all
well, here, Paul. I think the only score that I have possibly messed up is St Paul's Ardglass. I actually think I give that latest score to the wrong team. St Paul's, I believe, are winning that game 11-3. Wasn't that correct? I think I had called out Ardglass were winning it.
Yes, that's right. St
right.
Paul's are winning that game to the door.
My apologies for that.
Well, think maybe we could. Cahill's maybe going to try and get us Tommy John from the Bourne match. If we could get him, it'd be great to hear from him what's going on there at the minute.
Yes, and we're trying.
There's a goal. There's a goal for the Mitchells. Owen Flynn.
Go ahead there, Paul. You've got Tommy Joe from. Go on ahead.
All right, Tommy Joe, how are you going? You're flying down there by the sound of things.
Well, it was good to be back for a start and get to watching the game of football. Bit strange and everything. Yeah, the score now, it just stopped here 15 minutes into the second half for the water. It's Lough Island 0-9, Bourne 3-8. Bourne got a penalty and then which was taken by Donal O'Hare, a goal from Paddy Poland, and the first goal was from Malachy McAvoy.
Well, we got news that the goals were both by young McGill, so we must be wrong then, are we?
No, you're wrong. Yep.
That's great. It's great to hear Tommy Joe to come in to clear that up, isn't it, Jarlath?
Yeah. Molly McAvoy got the first goal then, followed by Dolan O'Hare. And then Donny. So it's Donny, Dolan, and Paddy. That's the three people that got the goals.
That's the way it went. So, you're going well then. What about, how does it feel to be playing with no crowd, Tommy Joe? How does that feel, or is it any different to you?
It's very strange, but believe it or not, there's a couple of boys up on a trailer on one side, and there's actually a man pulled up in a van, and he has two chairs on the top of a van on the roadside.
Absolutely.
And actually there's about 4 or 5 girls up the field here with a lot of cows as well, so that's about it. Otherwise, now there's no trailer. So I mean, there's people are using their initiative here to see the match, but thankfully now people observe the regulations, and there are very few apart from the fixtures that's here. But it is strange. It's definitely strange. I'm sure the players want to get the cobwebs dusted off and get it right. We're just about to start here in the second 15 minutes, and they broke there for water.
Great to hear you, Tommy Joe. Charles made one wee word we hear before I let you off. I'll come back to you before it's all over.
John, good to hear from you. Listen,
I'm the same to you, Jarlath.
I'm just listening to your wee story there about the boy in the van and cows going up the road. Sure, isn't that what makes us unique as a nation? I was seeing the Paul there earlier. Donny McGill, son of Meholds, I think, and you mentioned young McAvoy there. It's a production line you have over there, but and it's great to see them young lads getting their chance at senior level.
Well, two of them McAvoys.
Yeah. Yes, there's Malachy and Arden are both Brian's sons, and Peter Fagan and Liam Kerr, and obviously young Ryan, a trainer as well. But you have Kevin McKernan, and you have Donal O'Hare, there's Marshall and well with class now, and Colin McDonald will be classed as the senior members of the team. But the rest of them are all youth, and thankfully they're coming through the line. They are definitely, and they're nice communication here at the moment. They're playing very well.
Good stuff. Well, obviously Loughlin Island, from what we could see there, they had taken an early lead, so you've done well. You've turned that game around, and you seem to be in total control.
Loughlin Island went 3-1 up, and then eventually went 6-2. So they got the earlier, but the goals sort of changed it, and really we should have had at least another one as well. Young could have had another one as well up at the top end. Just come away from him now. But the whole there's a handful up front now, and he's sort of running the show here up front. The ball's going up to him, he's laying it off to the young fellas coming running through.
You're in the home straight there now, John. There's only a few minutes left.
No, that's the start. There's 15 minutes to the start of the second half. The start there 15 minutes for the water break. So there's a full 15 minutes to go here now.
Very good.
3-8 to 0-9.
All right,
thanks, John. We'll come back to you before it's over.
It's great to see you. And the rain stayed away too, which is an hour bonus.
That's good. Thanks very much.
Good. John, just before you go, there's Colin Duffy from the East Belfast Club is just wishing you all the best on the show here. So,
and it's good to see that there's an East Belfast Club, and we say all the best too.
Yeah, listen, and there's a cracking game going on down there. The last we heard, it was 1-8 to St Michael's, 2-5.
It's changed. St Michael's have taken the lead, Jarlath. St Michael's have taken the lead.
Very good, very good.
Well, it's the fact that they're competing in this running game down there. They can only go from strength to strength down there.
That's it. All right, Tommy Joe. Bye-bye.
Good, Tony. Cheers.
Right. Thanks, Tommy.
Paul,
Jarlath, I'll give you a quick update here on. There's a lot of stuff going on here at the minute now.
Right, go ahead.
Mayo Bridge have through level there. The young Sean O'Hare, now a young fella who showed great promise as a youth. It's won 7 to 10 points now. The through level with us. The drinks breaks going on in Dara Cross. Dara Cross lead that one 2-9 to 7 points over on Rejigged.
Okay.
Longstone's leading Castlewellan 2-10 to 1-8 at the drinks break.
Very good, very good.
So they are. And in that game we were on about a wee while ago, Jarlath, Ballyhold, it's 1-10 to 1-6 now to Carry Duff. And there's a young man, I know this man too, by tramping through football. Ronan Beatty, they call him.
Yes.
And he's getting a lot of praise here, and there's people saying he's doing great things here in this match. So he must be having a stormer, We're away to St. Paul's now. St. Paul's 13, our last 4 points. There you are. Beatty scores another free for Kerry Duff.
Okay.
So Bright is leading, and believe it or not now, Bright have got a red card as well. So that's 5 red cards for you, Jarlath, and not much now to deal with. It's Bright 111, Glasdrummond 7 points.
There you are.
Argyll McMahon's only after putting his back in front again in Rostrevor. Shamrocks is leading 1-8-6 at the water break. Dundrum is leading Killeef is leading Dundrum 13-8 at the water break.
Okay.
1 point leading 7-6 at the water break over Bryansford. Clonduff have added another point on the water break there. It's 1-7 to 7 points, Jarlath. So Clonduff is holding that goal that young O'Hagan scored in the first minute. It seems to be sticking to them, and they're sticking in front lovely. August the Finn's leading 8-7 there to Connacht. 14-4 now to St. Paul's and Ardglass. And that's at the minute, Jarlath, I'm nearly up to speed there with everything, so we are.
Okay, Paul, listen, we're going to go back to that St. Michael's East Belfast game, because on so many levels, this is a historic night.
Do you want the result at the minute?
No, we actually have a video. We have a video of either one or both of the goals that Cahill has already got his hands on, and we're about to see them.
That's brilliant. Let them up there.
So there you go. That's Aaron McLaughlin making history there for the East Belfast club tonight, as their first ever game in Down senior football. And
great to see it. Great to see it.
Isn't it great to see that? Isn't it great to see that captured on video? So it sounds like a good game there too. What actually was the updated score?
A wee bit. Oh, the updated score there, Jarlath, was a bit sad now at the minute. It's 2-10 to 2-5 to St. Michael's. Right.
Well, there's the second goal there, Paul. We just missed it, and that second goal was scored by Aidan Lennon.
Yes, there's a 1 point man, obviously running the senior team there, Jarlath. I forget his name, but he's a point man. There's the manager down there. I'm just getting news up from Ballyhole there. Young Beatty has scored another goal up there. This by Beatty. They're winning 2-10 to 1-6 up there.
Why so?
Now, they've another lad there that's breaking onto the down team at the minute. So it's great for to see Kerry Duff coming. You know, young Daniel Guinness.
Yes.
And he's been breaking onto the down team there. I've bad news from you from Rostrevor. Paddy Smith goal. Mayo Bridge 2-7. Rostrevor 11 points.
Okay.
Shamrocks 1-8 to 5 points. There seem to be there. It's all level to Connacht and Finn now at the minute after the restart. And I tell you what, Ben O'Reilly won from distance, 7 in it. So Loughnill's more or less, I would say there. Killeef are flying there and Dundrum as well. 14-8, huh? 7 each in Bryansford and Warren Point. Must be a Stephen Poacher special. Don't let anybody hear me saying that.
We'll maybe get back till Ashleen before that game's over. Colin Duffy has updated us there. It's Shea Curran from Warren Point, who is the East Belfast manager.
That's brilliant. I knew it was a 1 point man, and I couldn't just remember.
A good job he's doing. And Colin, many congratulations to all the Gaels of East Belfast. Like I said earlier, a historic night in so many ways, and well done to you all. And may you have a successful future, not only this season.
Yeah, I'm sorry for cutting in you, Jarlath, but Savil's only after banging in 3 goals. It's 4-11 to 11 in Savile now against Tullaleash. So, like a burst of goals there. You know what I mean, Charles? It was actually a burst of goals. Paul Murphy's grabbed one back there for Ballyhole, and it must be this must be about his 100th consecutive season, Charles. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He's been there or thereabouts 22 years, hasn't he? A good lad and a great servant to the club.
Absolutely.
Argyll McMahon's another lad played a bit with Jodian. He seems to be showing well in that game of yours, huh?
Yes, Ardle's a lad that had really come good at the latter stages of underage football. And I think then, Paul, he was away for a couple of years with college and whatever. But good lad to have about the place. And
Jerome Johnson's after grabbing one back there for Kilcoo. It's 10-8 there now at the minute. So I'll tell you what, it's close enough. As Bryansford 7 each, it could stay like that. August defends after scoring a goal there late in the second half to go 1-8 to 8 points over the Connacht. It would be a big result for them. And another goal, another young man from Mayo Bridge, Jamie McKay.
Good stuff. Good
He'd
stuff.
It'd be Leo. He'd be Leo's nephew, so he would. Everybody knows Leo.
Yes.
That's 3-7 to 12 points in that bye game, Jarlath. Mayo Bridge must have had a bit of wind in the second half.
That sounds like a lively game.
It does. There's plenty of scoring going on there. Stavel have added another one. They're 4-12 to 11 points now.
Wow.
St. Paul's are, well, if that one 16-6 at the minute there.
Okay.
So there's another bit of news I have to report. Jack Morta, Ballyhole man. I think he's maybe he could be a nephew of the Lintons, that young Morta fella. Makes a senior debut, wins a free, and tops it over. 5 minutes to go. So there you are. That's great for a young fella to see the like of that.
That's obviously.
I think it could be Mickey Linton's nephew. That fella.
That's Philly's son then. Philly's son.
I think that's Philly's son. And
very good.
That's his first appearance for Ballyhole. He grabbed the ball and took his first senior point, which is brilliant to see. I love to see that, Jarlath.
Well, Paul, I'll tell you, it's lovely to hear. A lot of these lads in different clubs that have really made their mark at underage level are now starting to step up. So,
and what makes it a wee bit better, Jarlath, for myself is I know a lot of them from running about down the county. You know what I mean? And I've seen them, and you know they're capable of doing it, but you just love to see them doing it.
Yes.
The Bright Glasdrummun debacle is going to end up on your table. It's Bright 114, Glasdrummun 9 points at the minute.
Okay.
We're only joking, by the way, everybody. We're trying to keep it jovial as well as serious.
Well, I possibly couldn't comment.
You needn't comment.
No.
Jerome Johnson scored another one. It's 10-9 in Hilltown coming into the edge. Bryans would have got one up. I tell you what, the Mourne Point will have trouble getting that back. It's 8-7 to Bryans at the minute. 2-10 to 111 Longstone Castlewellan.
Okay.
Shamrock's double scores 12-6. And every time we go back to St. Paul's, they're just adding points. So, you know what I mean? It's 17-7 there at the minute.
Yes.
Harps down to 14. Young Rory Campbell, another young fella I know, and I've watched him too. He's only after getting a second yellow.
Okay.
So, Saville added another goal. Love to know who's scoring all them goals. It's 5-12 to 12 now.
Boys, Saville really taken off there in the second half.
And young Mackin's added another one for Rostrava. Lively game over in Rostrava, Charles, I have to say. Rostrava 13, Mayo Bridge 3. Although it's only the bye game, but it gives them football, as we know.
That's right. Just maybe if any chance, I know we're heading on the home straight in all these games. I wonder is Cahill even able to get either Fiona out in Glen or Ashleen back on the lane, or indeed Johnny in Park Esler.
Is Sean Parr that's for you still at the minute, Jarlath, yeah?
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny. Well, Sean Parr's off to scoring another point there. So it's point for point down there in Rostrava, and it's full of life, that game.
Good stuff.
Sean Coughlin's got a yellow card there in Loughin Island, but Bourne are coasting there, I would say. Don't know who's up there adding another fabulous point there. So
yeah,
Bourne seem to be having it easy.
That's Bourne's laying down a marker there. I'll tell you, Loughin Island in the first game of the season is not an easy place to go.
I tell you, it's not.
That's high scoring from Bourne, who had come from 3 or 4 down at one stage.
Yeah, well, Tommy mentioned a few great young fellas there, and you have, like, you add into Donald O'Hara and a couple of them McGovern's, and you have Connor Cox there. Like, he was one of the best fullbacks I ever seen playing against our lads when he was playing.
Yeah.
He didn't even mention all the talent they have in abundance. The talent there in abundance, which there's all square in Hilltown.
Okay.
Jerome Johnson 3 in the trap to put to 2 level. It's ominous now for Glenduff there, isn't it?
Paul, listen, we're going to go to Moygannon. See what way of things is down in Moygannon. Hey, Ashley, it's Jarlath here.
Well, Jarlath has got me at a very nervous time.
Well, what way of things?
8-7 to Bryansford. Bryansford are up by 1 here, and it's straight in for them.
Okay.
Yeah, so just nerves showing on the night, definitely. With 4 minutes, with just like 4 minutes left here.
4 minutes left. Well,
4 minutes left. Yeah, I did see Alan Davidson making his return again there as well tonight.
Okay.
For 1 point, but it's a Brantford free. Oh, here we go. Look at the screen. Oh, okay, cleared by the point square. Yeah, the points are on the attack now.
I was just saying.
3 minutes left with that one hit.
I was just saying to Jarlath, actually, whenever Brantford went 8-7 up, you'll have trouble getting back in that one high where the management you are playing against, I would imagine. Is the bus not parked yet? No.
No. I don't comment on that now. I want to hear
No. Aye, that's all right. Well, the best of luck to you, actually. I hope you can get grab that point back. It's exciting there, and it's very exciting. It's very exciting in Dundalk as well.
Is it we're trying to follow it along the sideline here.
We'll stay with you on that free to see how you get on. Is it scoreable, actually?
Yeah. It's better be scoreable. Yes, it looks very scoreable.
So the referee...
He'll be citing me afterwards.
Right. Who's taking it?
Ross McGarry.
Ross McGarry is usually brave and handy with him, isn't he?
That's all square now.
All square in the we might have to come back again, Iceland, to get the final count off you.
No, see.
Right, well, thank you for...
Ashland, how long's to go?
Well, just over a minute left.
What's your Ashland? Yeah, we brought you a wee bit of luck there, so I mean you can breathe a wee bit easier now.
A wee bit of luck. I'll breathe a wee bit easier, and if the phone rings again, maybe that'll be on the coffin.
All right, good luck.
What's the score at the minute?
It's 8-all, isn't it? 8-all.
It's 8-all here, yeah, and 1 point, yeah, and we just have down to about 60 seconds left.
All right.
Thanks, Aisling. Thanks very much for your help.
Thanks, Aisling.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you are. That's our only, Paul. That's our only, apart from the Breda Downpatrick, that's the only other draw, is it?
That's it. Well, things drawn there as well.
Clonduff and Kiku.
Yes, Barry O'Hagan's after grabbing a point there from Duff to put them 11-10 ahead. So Barry O'Hagan, Jerome Johnson, names we're used to hearing all the time is to the forward the minute, aren't they, Charles? Like it's them names are household names to us boys, aren't they?
There's no doubt about it, but mix in there that new breed of like I say, lads that made the mark at underage level.
Yeah, Shamrock's 32 minutes gone down Park Esler, and Shamrock seem to have that one wrapped up. It's 13-7. Like thinking the Shamrocks too there the night, Jarlath. Like they're coming off a championship final last year. I was talking to a fella the day. They have 45 in training down there. Like you'd be expecting something to happen there soon, wouldn't you? Like we're always expecting something to happen, but I tell you what, like they were unlucky in the final last year. When you think about it,
yeah,
they're not a club that should be to the fore in down football if they could get their act together, aren't they?
There's no doubt about it. Paul, listen, can I ask you to, as we're coming into the home straight there, a lot of people are wondering about right up-to-date scores. So can you start to rattle off a few there and tell us if you know at what stage of the game we're at?
Full time from Fall Lynch Park and Ballyholland.
Yep.
Carryduff 2-11. Ballyholland 1-9.
Oh boy.
Yeah, decent 10 minutes of pressure. LSA to half time changed the course of the game. Carryduff head back up the A1. Happy man, Jarlath. As simple as that.
That's a core scalp, I can tell you.
That's a core scalp for them. But as I said to you, that young fella Beattie and that young fella Guinness seemed to be, to the fore in that one. Do you know what I mean? Like they were involved in anything that was good going on in that game.
Yes. Any more stuff? Any more, Paul?
Well, all squared full time. There was the results in from Bryansford, all squared 8 each.
8 each. Warren Point, Bryansford, right?
There's a straight red in Clonduff. Young Sheelan Johnson got a straight red there in Clonduff. So Clonduff maybe be able to raid this one out, so they might. That's all the final scores so far, Jarlath, but they'll all be coming at us now over the next minute or two. We'll see something coming from G.A.A here. Second half, Latham's cruising there, 115 to 6 points, huh? So they are cruising in that one. And you'd expect maybe that too. G.A.A have a couple of good young fellas coming through as well there. And Restrever, 17 points to Rostrava, 3-8 to Mayo Bridge. How does that pan out, Jarlath?
Us Rostrava winning by a point.
There you are. You're in like
No,
unbelievable.
Sorry. 3-8.
Yes, 3-8,
Oh,
17 points.
That's a draw.
Yeah. Sean Power free again.
There you are.
And you're into all the time there in that one, so you are.
Very good.
So,
That's a high scoring game.
It is. It must be in a super game not to be that high. All them young fellas kicking points like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's great to see it high. And what about we're sort of lost track on the Mitchells, Newry Mitchells there. I forgot about Newry Mitchells there. I was going to mention them a while ago. They're leading 1-7 to 7 points against Augherderg. Young Owen Flynn scored the point for them. That's a good result for them too at the minute. So it is a very good result for them. Full time. That's a draw then, Jarlath from Rostrava.
Right, fair enough. Any word? What was any final score yet from St Michael's East Belfast?
No final score from there yet. I'm trying to keep an eye on them here. I can't. Well, it's 2-10 to 2-5 at the minute, so it's not looking great for East Belfast. You know what I mean? St Michael's must have got their act together there.
Yeah.
And they've pulled it round a bit. Killeef, obviously, they're going to win that one, Honey. There's no full time there yet. Full time and all point. Connor Poles and all, man, we need to mention tonight. He seems to be all over the score and that Longstone Castlewellan. Longstone lead Castlewellan 2-14 to 1-9. Going into the last minute here. So Clonduff down to 13 men as well here now. It's all happening. Your committee's going to be busy, Jarlath. It's young McConville now's after getting the black. Oh, that's only a black card. It did not come to your table. So at the minute, it's all happening all over the county. Full times is not just. There's a final score from Bright Glasdrummond.
Right.
Bright 2-16. Glasdrummond 9 points. A very tough game from Bright. Final score from Park Esler. Uri Shamrocks 1-10, Clonabon 8 points.
That's a good win for the Shamrocks.
That's a good win for the Shamrocks. It's right to get
110 to 08.
Yes, Glen Saul. We forgot about them. Glen dragged that one back. They end up winning 110 to 1-8. Fiona would be, if maybe Jarlath could get, or Cahill could get Fiona on the phone now for a wee update from that. But Glen end up winning by 2 points there.
Very good.
So, good result for Glen there. Do you know what I mean? Saul's no easy team, Jarlath.
No, that's right, Paul.
Yeah, no easy team. That's all at the minute there so far now.
The full times are slow enough to come in there then.
They're slow enough coming in, yeah, but probably each game could be a couple of minutes ahead, Jarlath. You know what I mean?
I know rightly, Paul. I know. Well, listen, are you taking a wee written note there of what's in front of you?
I haven't written a thing now. The whole I've been swinging left to right, between a laptop and a phone.
I'll tell you, listen, I'm going to start to write them down because I have 3 or 4 bits of paper in front of me, right?
Yeah, well, they'll actually come at me here soon in a package, you know, if you wait that long. But there's enough. 26 minutes gone in that game, you see, you know, in St. Paul's. It's obviously a wee bit later. But Ardglass are after getting a goal there in 26 minutes to go. 1-7, Ardglass. St. Paul's, 19 points. They're still well away, but Ardglass are responding on their score. And so,
well, they certainly didn't throw the towel in, and that's all.
They didn't throw the towel in, is right.
Yeah.
And there's an hour and there's 9, like saying there's 9 minutes to go in that Oxford Finn match. Oxford Finn's beating the Connacht 15-10. There is a final score from Dundrum. It would be Dundrum 9 points, Killeef 2-12. So it's a big win there for Killeef.
Dundrum 9 points.
Yes, Killeef
2-12
to 2-12. That's 18. That's 18-9. Double scores there, Jarlath.
Yeah.
Double scores there. I'm getting what am I getting here? Lough Island visitors. That's Bourne 3-11. This is the final.
Yeah.
Lough Island 12 points. Here's a full time from Drumgath. It's Leitrim 2-18. Drumgath 7 points.
Okay.
I think we might have Fiona coming in there. How about Fiona? Yes, we'll try and get Fiona on there now.
Hello?
Yeah. Well, Ian, you snatched it at the end, Fiona.
We won it yesterday and 110 to 1-8. So it was close match. They were well equally matched, both teams, and we just pulled away. They got our man, got 2 yellows and a red. So at the end, we were a point ahead at that stage. Now we got another point then to at the final score, then 110 to 1-8.
Yeah. Who got the goal for you, Fiona, at the end?
Shane McCartan.
Shane McCartan. So is that the fella that was over playing soccer? No.
Yes.
So he's back from. Is he not playing for Burnley anymore? No.
Nobody at the minute, so.
So he's back with you. That's a big bonus for you there, Fiona.
For a while anyway. We'll see what happens.
The last team you had him would have been at what level? Minor level? What did it mean?
Yeah.
So he's appeared back tonight and snatched the goal. How did he play, Fiona?
Right, yeah, no, great goal now. As I said, it was a tight match. You know, they were Saul were quite defensive. You know, whenever they were playing, but we got through. You know, he was able to weave through a couple of players and got a good goal. Now they got a good goal as well. Saul, I'm not sure who exactly scored it for them, but they had a very good goal in the first half.
That's good. That's good to hear. So young McCartan's flying then. That's good to hear that. That's more available for the down team, hopefully in the long run. Do you know what I mean? You're going to keep him out there, Fiona. You're not going to release him, though. Well, here, well done, Fiona. Well done, and thanks very much for coming on and give us a wee update, Fiona. Maybe Jarlath wants a wee word with you before you go.
Just Fiona, listen, a good win. It's always good to get over the first one. It's always good to get points on the board. So
yeah.
And, you're telling me here this for the first time. I had no idea that Shane McCartan was back. So that has to give the whole club a boost. Do you know?
Well, we don't know how long that will be for. You know, at the minute. You know, so well, just see with the lockdown and that, you see things that kind of changed a bit. You know.
Of course. But sure, you know, you ring out of him what you can whenever you have him. So, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because you can't, you never, class is permanent, as I say, Fiona, and she will always have it. There's no doubt about that.
Thanks, Fiona. I'll talk to you during the week.
Thank you.
Yes, George, we'll have the final score there from Clonduff. Clonduff edged it by the minimum. 11-10 at full time. 1-8 to 10 points at full time.
11-10.
Yeah.
Right. Listen.
Full time in Longstone, Jarlath.
Go ahead.
2-14 Longstone, Castlewell 1-9.
Wow, the stone held on there and indeed pulled away.
I can actually, Jarlath, if you want me to run it now, I can run you the full times from Division 1 if you want me to go with that.
If you do that slowly, Paul, Cahill will be able to pick up on that. So if you can just do that as slowly as Cahill can type.
Not a bad.
I'll tell you for why. I have 3 or 4 sheets in front of me here. And it looks at one of them crossword puzzles. There's that many numbers on it.
Well, we'll go ahead and I'll go quietly. Rostraver.
Yep, Division 1.
Rostraver 17 points. Mayo Bridge 3-8. Clonduff 1-8. Kilcoo 10 points.
Yep.
Common Fadder Nifa 1 point 8 points. Bryansford 8 points.
Yep.
Ballyholne 1-9. Carryduff 2-11.
1-9. 2-11.
1-9, 2-11. And the only outstanding result in that is Loughnane 12 points, Bourne 3-11. And that's your full final count from Division 1, Jarlath.
What was Loughnane again?
Loughnane 12, Bourne 3-11.
That's a good result for Bourne, and it's an exceptional result for Carryduff.
Yeah, an exceptional result for Carryduff there the night. And to be drove on with them young fellas that's breaking into the downtime, like, it's great to see it, you know. And Carryduff have been chomping at the bit. Like, at underage level, you probably couldn't go to Carryduff and beat them, Jarlath, as we all know. But all they need to do now is just bring that one step further to seniors, and it looks like they're going to happen. We're full time there from Mitchell's, and well done to the Mitchells. A good result for them. Mitchells win 110 to 1-8 again after Derg, Jarlath. Good result for them there the night. And just to come back to winning ways.
Yeah,
they were away from home, so they were. So,
well, Paul, listen. Do you have the full list there of Division 2?
Well, I haven't it yet, but I have it now. Just give me 1 second, Jarlath. I'll run it for you now, right?
Yeah, take it slowly again, right?
Division 2 full-time results.
Yeah.
Darracross 2-12 and Rake 9 points. That's the bye game, Jarlath.
Yeah.
We just spoke to Fiona there. Glen 110, Saul 1-8.
Yep.
From Longstone under new management of Benny Coulter. First game for Benny the night as the manager of Longstone. And he wins 2-14 to Castlewellan 1-9.
That's a big score, Brian. I'll tell you what,
Benny's a new manager up there, you know that, yeah?
That's a statement of intent. Excellent win for Benny.
We'll move on to Breda 2-6, Downpatrick 1-9. That was the early kickoff. And one we didn't really focus much on, Jarlath. Apologies to anybody from St John's or on the Clone. It seems like a beautiful live match. It was 2-9 St John's, on the Clone 2-13. So that's on the Clone have started off with the left off last year. They were undefeated in the league last year, Jarlath.
Yeah. And again, that's a win on the road. Yeah.
A win on the road is a great result for them, and apologies for maybe missing them out slightly in the build-up to it all, but we've done our best, you know what I mean? And we'll maybe get an on-clone man on speaking the next day, you know what I mean? But again, on-clone 2-13, St John's 2-9, I would have been, if you had been asking me for the bet on that, Jarlath, I'd have been betting on St John's, so there you are.
There you go. Okay,
there you
Paul.
go. I'll keep coming on down to see can we get to maybe Division 3 and get a sweep through it. I don't think it's fully finished yet, Jarlath.
Right. What was that on Rake's score again? I know Darracross at 2-12. What did the Kingdom finish at?
The Kingdom finished at a low score. It was 9 points.
9 points. And of course, that's that Division 2 bay game.
That's the bay game. Not great result for Unraked, you know what I mean? Not a great result at all now. I think them all a couple of leagues, Charles, just haven't wound up yet, you know.
Okay.
So they haven't, you know what I mean? I have Division 3 wound up here, so I can give you that if you want.
Go ahead with Division 3, yep.
Taconic 10 points. Oxen Finn 2-12. That's away from home win for the Finn. Good win for them.
2-12.
2-12.
Very good, yep.
Newry Shamrocks 110. Clonavon 8 points. We've got a few updates there from Donny, so good result for Shamrocks there. Big result here coming from Saville. 5-13 to 13 points against Tullalease, Jarlath.
That's a big score, Paul.
That's probably Pat Haven. There's 3 or 4 there. I can't, I would nearly say Pat Haven would be involved in a bit of that. Yeah. And knowing from my experience. Well, the last game in that division is from G.A.A, 7 points. Leitrim 2-18. A massive win for Leitrim, who have a bit of talent on board at the minute too, and they'd be wanting out of that division. You know what I mean? Very, very fast. As
obviously would Saville, but of course there is no promotion this year.
No, there's no promotion this year, but it's funny to see Leitrim in a division. Now, I can give you all the Division 4, Jarlath, for the full roundup if you want it now.
Go ahead. That's Division 3 complete?
That's Division 3 complete. So we're going Division 4 now, full-time scores.
Yeah.
Acadurg 1-8, Mitchell's 110, which we mentioned already.
It'll go easy there. So 1-8, Mitchell's 110.
Acadurg 1-8.
Yeah.
Dundrum 1-6.
Yeah.
Killeaf 2-12. That's double scores there.
Double scores is right. Yeah.
One other one we didn't mention much, and we'll have to try and get a wee bit more on them, which Drummond S 3-11.
Yeah.
Dromara at 9 points.
3-11, not 9. Okay.
And the one we done a bit of following on was St Michael's and East Belfast. It ended up
2-9.
2-10 to St Michael's, 2-5 East Belfast. East Belfast run out of steam just.
Okay. So
now, 2-10 to 2-5. St Paul's 20 points. Ardglass 8.
Not 20.
Not 20 to not 8.
Okay.
And the final game of the night's division It's lost Thrummond 9 points, Bright 2-16. 5 men sent off in that game, Jarlath.
Not 9, 2-16.
Yes. And
Okay.
that's your full results from all around the county tonight.
That's excellent, Paul. Listen, some big scores there. Some big scores.
Some fantastic scores there, Jarlath. Like, it's great to see it. You know what I mean? And like, we covered a lot of lads the other night, mentioned a lot of names, and to me and you, they're familiar enough names, and hopefully they become familiar names to everybody in this county, Jarlath. And we all get to know them and how good they are. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know why you had seen there. Gary Stokes had sent a wee message our way. It flashed up on the screen. He wants to know what do we think about socially distanced supporters back at club games. He must be watching too much of that old soccer. Hey, possibly.
I think he is.
He'd be an association football man.
To be honest, George, I nearly ended up watching a bit of it myself there lately. I was disappointed with myself. But anyhow, Gary, on answer to Gary, I'd say to Gary, I would say between this time next week, there could be new guidelines. We could have maybe 200 in Jarlath. Hopefully we will. Like, you can imagine now if you were on the Armagh-Monaghan border and they have an Armagh team playing the night and a Monaghan team playing, 200's allowed into the Monaghan game and there's nobody allowed into the Armagh game. It doesn't really happen for us because, you know, you have your Louth Armagh border, you have your Fermanagh Donegal border. You know, we clubs maybe 2 mile apart. One's allowed 200, one's allowed nobody. I don't think that's going to last, Jarlath. What do you think?
Well, listen, there has to be, I think it's only a matter of time before there is a uniform approach, Paul. And I suppose the thing is this here, the Public Health Agency on both sides of the border, they have so many factors to juggle all the time. We all know the situation here in our own part of the world where some people are looking towards Dublin, others are looking towards London for their guidance. And I mean, like, it's nearly too much to ask that there's equity and a level playing field in relation to the easing of the lockdown. But I have to say, you know, people are trying their best. All they're trying to do is keep it going.
And I noticed, Jarlath, as the show went on, I seen the messages coming, and I'm glad that people tuned into us and are listening to us. And like, we could maybe next week, we could maybe even get the Ulster chairman, Brian McAvoy, for a few words or something to see what his take on the whole thing is. You know, we're hoping to go bigger and better, and hopefully everybody enjoyed the production tonight. Skye wants our phone number, so there you are.
I'll tell you this here.
Skye wants our phone number, so there you are. How do you like that?
Jeff and Cammy were not. Do you know what I mean?
But anyhow, we've done our best, Jarlath, and I enjoyed it. I didn't think we would have been able to, you know, talk the whole way through, but we nearly run out of stuff to talk about. But fair play to everybody for tuning in.
We have been on air now for just short of 2 hours, and I mean, you don't see that coming. I have to tell you, I was sort of blindsided there because unexpectedly I wasn't able to access the live Twitter feed. So I was relying on you for every result. But listen, I've just run a by Cahill there. I have written down the scores, Paul, and Cahill wants me to go from top to bottom. So I'll read them out if you're happy enough for me to work away.
Rattle away, Jarlath. No bother. Go ahead. So
results tonight from Division 1. We'll give the challenge game first, or the unofficial game, for the 2 teams that had a bye. Rostraver 0-17, Mayo Bridge 3-8. That was a draw. We had Clonduff 1-8, Kilcoo 0-10, Common Paternifa 0-8, Bransford 0-8, Ballyholland 1-9, Carryduff 2-11, Logan Island 0-12, Bourne 3-11. Division 2, the bye game was between Darragh and Anraict, and that finished Darragh 2-12, Anraict 0-9. Glen 110, Saul 18, Longstone 214, Castlewellan 09, Breda 26, Downpatrick 19, St John's 29, Annaclone 213. Moving on to Division 3, Taconic 010, Ouglas na Finn 212, Shamrocks 110, Clonabana 08, Saville 513, Tullalish 013, Drumgath 07, Leitrim 218, and finally Division 4, Ahadurg 18, Mitchells 110, Dundrum 16, Kilife 212, Drummond 311, Dromora 09, St Michael's 210, East Belfast was 25, St Paul's 020, Ardglass 08, Glasdrummond 09, Bright 216. So that's the full coverage on the full results for tonight. And Paul, well done to you for being over. You never missed one match there tonight.
Yeah, and I see. I was missing the comments, Jarlath. I see Eugene O'Hagan and a few boys from New York and all on there, and they're enjoying it. And I think the laid feel to it all, and maybe mention a few names, and our upcoming stars coming forward for us. It's great to get them mentioned and to get them, get them into people's minds. And like, we'd love to know who scored them 5 goals for Saville. We will find that out. We'll probably update this next week. But I enjoyed it, Jarlath. I thought it was great. So did. There's another wee note there. This is Longstone's 75th anniversary, and Benny has started off with a good win there. Great for him.
Yeah. Excellent. And Paul, listen, as you said, we had no idea what way this was going to play out tonight. Cal and Destination Uri have taken the punt. I hope they're happy enough to have us back next week, and I certainly hope that people will tune in on a weekly basis, and the show no doubt will continue to grow then in the weeks and months to come. So thank you, Paul, for your contribution tonight. The pitch side reports I thought were an excellent addition as well.
Yeah, very good. And I think we're going to wind up now, Charles. I'm going to maybe say my goodbyes to everybody and enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll be back on next week, and we'll keep you up to speed with developments in down G.A.A. And you can let us know about them 5 sentences off in the Glasdrummond game, Jarlath.
we'll let justice run its course, Paul, and no doubt we'll hear about it in due course. So thanks very much for watching, everybody, and Paul, thank you for everything tonight. All right.